seems like I'm doing this more and more lately, but I think it goes without saying that the thoughts and hearts of an entire nation, along with everybody at this podcast, go out to everybody affected by the tragic events in Orlando over this weekend. This one kind of hit us home because our friend is from our friend Miguel, the co-host, is from that. Didn't know anybody affected by this, but when something like that happens in someone's hometown, that it kind of hits home for you. So just gonna have kind of right there before I said that. Things like this, man, just goes to show you just take every day one day at a time. Because
yeah,
you never know.
49 people, and I mean it's 50 including the shooter, but
yeah,
terrorist. I'm just gonna call him what he is because it is a terrorist attack. But it's one of those things where it's opened up that people all of a sudden their political agendas. I'm not gonna get into the politics of gun
it's
control.
an election. It's an election year,
of course, and then you've got people saying needlessly stupid shit. From quite frankly, people who claim to be so Christian, so religious, and yet spew hatred, call them pedophiles, and it's all a bunch of bullshit on one side. It's a bunch of bullshit on the other side. It's when you have that many people die, and
dead. We need to just realize that, and let's stop focusing on it. That we have to stop people from being, slaughtered in our own country by crazy people. We don't have a gun problem. We have a crazy people problem. There's too many crazy people in the world. Those are the ones you have to watch out for.
Yeah.
There's really no way to tell when someone's going to do something like that.
And this would definitely hit close to home to anyone that has a gay friend like I do. I'm sure you do. I'm sure everyone that is on this podcast knows someone like that. And it's like, that could have easily been one of them in that nightclub that night. It could have easily been a friend, a brother, a sister,
there were people that weren't even homosexual that died in that club. A woman that said to beat cancer. I thought that was one of the more poignant ones. It's senseless, and we need to address the serious problems we have with mental health in this country.
Right, and the core problems with every side of this issue, and not just
it's people with mental health problems having too easy access to weapons.
And you have a guy that was also investigated by the FBI 3 times, and so you wonder if someone was missed there. You wonder if I don't know if he was on the no-fly list or on the terror watch list, but if he was, you still legally buy a gun in this country.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, this guy was a citizen of this country.
Yeah. He wasn't an immigrant. He didn't just come here. He was born in America. He was raised in America. He was educated in America. He was living in America.
He just went lunatic.
Yeah.
That's the problem. We have to stop people from going lunatic.
Mm-hmm.
And watch out. It's a slippery slope before it ends up in internment, and that's what, I think we need to have pause and realize actuality of the situation and the cause and the result of our rhetoric, because our rhetoric is only going to fuel more rhetoric and then endless cycle, man.
Yeah.
But we're not that kind of show. We're here to talk about. It's Money in the Bank weekend. It sucks that we have to start the Money in the Bank weekend podcast off with shitty.
Really, really shitty news after really shitty news.
We're just gonna get the shitty out of the way right now.
Yeah. Because there was another wrestling related death this week. Chris Warren of the DX Band.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just our thoughts go out to anybody who also that is a part of Chris Warren's friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
Life is precious, man.
Yeah, and he was a guy that was very iconic in the Attitude Era, just the music.
Yeah.
So
well, his voice will live on forever anytime Triple H and Shawn Michaels come out together, or they do that.
Yep.
So there you go. That's his lasting conviction. He will live on forever.
Yeah, it's you really have to say that.
I'm pivoting.
Yeah, a guy that is going to live
pivot.
on.
Pivot. Let's pivot. To good news.
Yeah.
WWE announced the full roster for their Cruiserweight Invitational Tournament Classic, whatever they're calling it, which I hope becomes an annual thing because of what I've said about these sort of big events. They take time to build prestige, but in 25 years, if I keep doing this, this will be, a prestigious event. They will find somebody that will be a superstar. I mean, look, they got 3 people that they announced before this in Zack Sabre Jr., Kota Ibushi, and
Gargano, Ciampa,
Tomato Chompers, and I count them as one person at sometimes, but Tomato Chompers and Johnny Wrestling.
Yeah,
it's time. I think if that's not the final, I mean, I'm not going to make an early prediction, but if that's not your final for that particular event, then damn it, I don't know. But let's hang on. Let's see if I can find the whole thing.
I would have loved to have seen Will Ospreay in it, who did win the Super Juniors tournament.
Speaking of Will Ospreay, there is apparently rumors of interest finally in WWE, but there's always interest of something. I don't know how long it's going to take for that interest to materialize to Will Ospreay actually being in WWE.
Right. I will say one thing about when I watched the match with Ricochet, and you just hear him as he's doing his flying forearm, whatever it was. Pip, pip, cheerio, motherfucker. I love that.
Yeah, that match. I mean, that match is, you just watch 2 guys at the best at what they do.
Yeah.
Like, those 2 guys right there are the best, quote-unquote, flip-flopping flyers.
Yeah, and if you didn't like it, you're probably too old school for your own good.
It's not for you, man. I mean, that's fine. I get that. It's not going to be for everybody. Oh, God damn it. I'm just going to have to go to WWE's website to find the actual list as we ran for.
Yeah, we get Tajiri back, Brian Kendrick.
Tajiri's back, Brian Kendrick's back. A lot of surprising returns. And also, there's a lot more Asian influence than I thought there was going to be. Picked up some guys from India, in the Middle East. Daivari's going to be back.
Daivari, that was the other one I'm really excited for a guy in Daivari who wasn't much of a wrestler when he first, because remember, he was just the manager for Muhammad Hassan.
Yeah.
And then he fleshed out into a really damn good cruiserweight, and he just didn't really get the spot in a sense in WWE, and then he goes to, TNA, and he's on the Indies, Lucha Underground for a little while, and he's one of those guys that's really good. So he's definitely going to be a fun one to watch, and see how long they keep him around in the tournament, though. It's going to be interesting how this plays out. We could possibly see Kota Ibushi in the final.
I mean, Rich Swann, too, is going to be there, too. Rich Swann is going to be a guy who I think will have a breakout performance in that, and, if he doesn't have a job afterwards, I don't know what WWE didn't see. Drew Gulak. I don't know this TJ Perkins. Do not know him.
TJ Perkins was, I believe he was Manic in TNA.
Oh, Okay.
Yeah. Let's see
All right.
here.
Zach Sabre. He's a Tony Nese, Long Island's own. That's a guy who trained my friend CJ Bambino. So
Nice.
good to see Tony Nese. Good to see Tony Nese getting his justifiable.
Noam Dar. Let's see. There's Coda. Cedric Alexander. DeMac. Not Willie Mack. The other, not the guy from Lucha Underground. Let's see. We got Zumbi. We've got Clement Petia.
Never heard of any of the guys.
A lot of these guys are definitely I'll be exposed to for the first time. So
whole lot of guys I'm seeing for the first time.
So it's going to be interesting how this plays out. Let's see.
They've definitely stacked the talent up to make this a interesting event the first time. It's going to be
Tyson Dukes.
Tyson Dukes. That was another one. So again, they've definitely stacked up the talent to make this a good event. It's up to the audience, I guess, to really get it over, or it's up to the guys in the ring to get the audience over. I think the guys in the ring could definitely put on great matches, but will they connect with that WWE audience?
That's true.
We will see. That's going to be the one thing that's going to be the most interesting, I think, is will all these guys, especially the guys, the foreign guys that have never been in the WWE, never really wrestled in America that much, are they going to be able to do something to connect to that audience, or are they just going to be, it's a 32-man tournament, and ultimately two guys are going to win it? They haven't said anything about the format, whether it's going to be single elimination or like a World Cup group style kind of thing.
Round robin, whatever. Yeah.
Round robin, and then I think that's how it should be. I think it should be a round robin. They break them up into whatever groups of four, however many groups of four that 32 is, and then from there, just put it together like that. So let's keep our eyes peeled to that. That's certainly going to be good network programming.
I am excited.
Definitely going to be worth our $9.99.
Yes.
And if you're not a fan of the WWE Network, and that's not going to get you to chill at $9.99, and I understand, $10 might be, but if you're a wrestling fan, that's it worth getting the free month at least for right there to watch that. So.
Yeah, and apparently WWE in this point, but they've also reached out to multiple veterans for possible returns for their upcoming brand split. So there's a lot of possibilities on bringing people back that, haven't been in the company for a long time. So
I saw MVP bandied about amongst that list, my favorite Manchester United fan / professional wrestler. So I would like to see him come back potentially.
Definitely. Would love to see Kennedy. I would pop huge.
I wouldn't. This is where I'm going to strongly disagree with you on that. I was never a Kennedy fan. I was just like, this guy is just like trying too hard, and then he got hurt too much, and then they thought he was going to be a thing, and then he got real salty because he wasn't a thing, and then now he wrestles in front of 400 people instead of 40,000 people.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. So, yeah, I think that covers all our news topics.
Yeah, it's a no news week. Not just a slow news week. There was absolutely no good news this week in the wake of everything that happened.
Oh yeah, the other I guess happy birthday to Bailey.
Happy birthday to Bailey. Yes, it was Bailey's birthday this weekend. So
on the 15th, yeah. So it literally just yesterday.
Yeah, happy birthday to my buddy Lewis, who is also his family's birthday. I'll give people birthday shout-outs.
Yeah, I might as well get to some really happy news, and then we'll get to our... That's
what this podcast has come to.
Yeah. have to kick you in the nuts with bad news to begin with, but then we bring good news, like Money in the Bank.
Yeah, it's Money in the Bank week. It was E3 week, so I was really not as tuned into a go-home episode of Raw that as I normally would be. But, I mean, they did deliver a pretty interesting promo from what I saw with all 4 former members of the Shield together and the Ambrose Asylum, which, again, there are some people that don't believe in Dean Ambrose on our forum, and I'm just like, just listen to this man on the microphone. Like, there's something there. All they have to do is just give him the chance, and I think the fans already want it. Like, just give it up. Come on. I mean, come on.
Yeah, they gotta pull the trigger on this guy at some point. I mean,
Yeah.
We want to start with the pre-show and then work our way up the card.
Let's go for it.
All right, Ziggler, Baron Corbin in the never-ending feud.
Oh, jeez. I mean, no, this is the war to get to establish Baron Corbin as a force in the WWE. And who do you turn to? Like I said, Dolph Ziggler, the everyday utility player of everyday utility players.
He bumps like a goddamn madman. So.
And he sells like he could sell ice to an Eskimo.
Yeah, I've made the joke before that he could sell a Christmas tree to Colt Cabana. So
like exactly, he can sell. The man can sell for anybody. He can make me look like $1 million in that.
Yeah, which is to his own detriment because they've really just pigeonholed. Yeah.
Well, no, I think here's the thing. I think they're because they're choosing to go in this direction of establishing new stars. They're forgetting about the old stars that they haven't established.
Yeah.
So Dolph Ziggler has kind of gotten lost in the wayside, and again, I wouldn't be surprised that if Dolph Ziggler just says, yeah, you know what, all right, I'm good. If you have to release me from my contract for a year, I'm going to go do the stand-up comedy thing because I think that's more fun for me right now. And I don't have to get beat up every day, so let me take a year off or a couple of years off to do this. Mm-hmm. And then I'm gonna come back, and then it'll be a big thing because I'm coming back.
Yep.
I think that's very quickly where Dolph Ziggler might be at, and I don't know where Dolph Ziggler's contract status is, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if, come the end of the season, come his end of his contract, when his contract next comes up for negotiation, he either tells them, no, thanks, I want to do this, actually, or I'm done.
Yeah. So I'm picking Corbin.
Yeah, Baron Corbin's going.
All right.
It's usually Dolph Ziggler usually wins one of the matches, and then, again, 97% of the time,
he loses.
There on it.
Yeah.
He will lose everything. It's not quite the John Cena way.
Yeah, or he kicks Corbin right in the balls on Raw.
Yeah,
which was awesome.
And I mean, I wouldn't mind, this going out a little longer if they could find a way to spice the feud up, but I don't know what else they could really do in this feud. Other than, put these two guys together. Like, imagine put Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin together as a tag team. Like, talk about a way to get this guy over. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, throwing out ideas there. I know these two randomly thrown together tag team.
I know. It's worked before, but...
It's worked before. It could work again.
Yeah. And it will always work with the right guys, but at this point, I don't think there is anything they can do. Corbin's going to win. He's going to be established as the dominant force. The new guy, he's won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. He's been tearing through Ziggler.
He'll be Wyatt Rusev.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Get to Rusev later, but Apollo Crews and Sheamus.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a good match because here's another guy, like we said before, looking to establish himself, and here's the perfect guy to do it in Apollo Crews and Sheamus. Mm-hmm. I think Apollo Crews is money waiting to be happen. Like, he's got $1 million look. He's, I don't want to say, like,
He's not your average superstar. That's the black Q. Like, he's just everything the company...
He's athletic. He's marketable. Like, Vince should be seeing goddamn dollar signs in his eyes right now.
Like, because inner promoter Brandon sees dollar signs with this guy. Like, give me something, I will put any title on this guy. Like, give me a belt to put on this guy to make him a superstar. He can do anything, almost anything in the ring. He needs to get better on the mic, I think. That's like, I think he really is the one thing where he needs to step up. Like, and there's only so many just like, oh wow, I'm so stoked to be here promos, and I'm going to try real hard to go out there. You know, there's only so much of that he could do.
Where it just, you know, it starts to fall flat. Yeah.
He's got to come up with like a character, or like, you know, or something to set himself apart, because other than just, you know, putting on good matches, that will only get you so far.
He's a generic white meat babyface right now. He's got to do something to spice it up.
Which is he's generic. Would you say he's generic dark meat babyface?
But you see my point. He's got to do something. I say Cruz wins this.
Cruz has to win this.
Yeah.
Because does he kick out of a brogue kick though?
If you end up dragging this feud on, maybe you do that at some point. But right now, no. I think he can.
Because that's that is the holy grail of protected finishers right now. Very few people kick out of a clean, connected, dead-on brogue kick. Like, I think that's been firmly established.
Yeah, like, I didn't even realize how protected it was until Roman did it on Raw, the end of 2015. Like, it was like, holy, like, and then Roman was over, and then we saw what happened there. But yeah, Apollo Crews.
Yeah, I'm going Apollo Crews with this.
All right, and I'm just going to go from the bottom up here. I'm going to save the Money in the Bank match and the World Title match for last, obviously. But
yeah,
Charlotte and Dana Brooke versus Natty and Becky Lynch.
Good way to keep the belt on Charlotte without putting her in title match, but to establish other people in the division. This is going to be a good match for Dana Brooke, a good match for Becky, and a good match for Natty.
Yep. I'm picking Natty and Becky in this one.
No, I'm going to go with Charlotte. This is like, the champion has to win, though, for this all to work out. Charlotte and Dana win.
Okay. All right.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. It's always nice to have a difference of opinion on this stuff. And we're not just lock, stock, and barrel in sync the whole damn show.
Yeah, that's just boring.
Yeah. All right. Fatal...
We have done that before, though.
Yeah, we have, and it's...
Of
course, I might be picking Natty and Becky because of my love for Becky Lynch, but
I understand that. But I'm booking the show, brother.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Next,
right
get to the next one here. We're going to wrote something going to Love Fest Becky Lynch. Anyway, Fatal 4-Way tag team match for the tag title.
Yeah. Look, as much they've been putting it out there that the New Day are approaching the record for longest tag team title reign of the quote-unquote modern era. I don't know if they've thrown that out, but this seems to me just like it's going to end for the New Day.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, while that makes me so sad it's going to end for the New Day, I look down as I'm wearing my Bullet Club shirt and realize that Bullet Club, Gallows and Anderson, might be WWE Tag Team Champions. Happy Brandon!
Yeah.
You see, this is what I'm dealing with right now. So, like, it's a win-win for me either way in this situation. Like, if the New Day wins, great, New Day continues to be the World Tag Team Champions. Like, that's great. I get to, like, I love that. Like, I'm a sucker for everything the New Day does, and even just when I thought they were getting their gimmicks and their shtick was starting to get a little stale, they come out and they find ways to, you know, improve themselves. But I don't know what to do, man. What do you think? And then I'll come with my.
It's gonna be because I know the Vaudevillains are just in there, really to kind of, I think, to pat it out a little bit. I don't see them winning it. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up the. Yeah, they're at 298 days right now in the New Day. and the record is like 330 something.
But they say, that's what I'm saying, they've been putting that out there, that's something
Right.
that's right for the taking. So that's what leads you to believe that they might do something else.
Exactly, yeah. 331 is the record, and that was London and Kendrick, so.
Yeah, which, that's not saying that London and Kendrick were a bad tag team. That was also in a horribly depleted, much different era of wrestling. I think London and Kendrick were the tag team champions because they couldn't find anybody.
They were the team. They were the only team.
They were the only team, and it worked, and,
yeah.
There was nobody else. Literally nobody else.
Because I think by that point they had split up Eminem. They had Deuce and Domino. MVP and Matt Hardy were the tag team. Morris and Miz, Hawkins Ryder.
MVP and Matt Hardy. Like,
what a ridiculous feud that was. They were trying the challenges. They were like a beer drinking contest. You had a fucking boxing match. You had a basketball contest. You had like chess. You had a football. It's like anything. It was entertaining as hell.
They had a DDT through tables contest. Brother Nero. One day I'm going to get really baked and do a podcast entirely in Matt Hardy's voice.
Yes. Oh, God. But, yeah. I think it's, as much as I love Enzo and Cass, I think it's too early. I think you can get that big pop in Brooklyn. You can easily save that big win for Enzo and Cass in Brooklyn.
I mean, I think I see what you're saying. I just... Bullet Club, man. Bullet Club. For life.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're doing, and I think that's gonna just be the start of it. And
they're gonna go through and they're gonna wreck everybody. So now, do I see? Is it possible? Because by the time SummerSlam hits, we'll been well past the, the record will be approaching the year mark. So I can see, like this is what I mean. I can see them. For some reason, I just still see Enzo and Cass winning the titles at SummerSlam. That's just me, but I think they need a little bit longer time to be built up. If Enzo didn't have his injury, I think that's very obviously because they would have had that little bit of longer of that feud with the Dudley Boys, a little bit longer of the feud with the Vaudevillains. So that's 2 feuds under the belt. Then them taking on the New Day, that would have made a lot of sense. Which the promo with them together. I mean, like you get Bullet Club, Enzo and Cass, and the New Day in one ring at the same time. Like, pretty awesome. Man. Right.
We're in a pretty awesome period.
Yeah, it's like, why? I get the feel it's possible the New Day can retain, but I can see, I'm taking Bullet Club, man. I have this feeling that the New Day are losing these titles, and they're probably not going to be the ones eating the fall. I get the feeling it might be one of the Vaudevillains eating the fall, and Gallows and Anderson are going to be tag champions, and
there you go, and that's the feud going into SummerSlam.
Yep.
New Day as tag champs, or Bullet Club as tag champions against challenging New Day.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. That's a pretty good SummerSlam card, if you ask me, kids.
Yeah, it's already, shaping kind of how I'm thinking it's going to go, and we'll get more with Money in the Bank and everything. But a match that no one ever thought was going to happen. I certainly didn't. AJ Styles and John Cena.
No, the fact that we're even talking about it, I had given up on it. I was like, yeah, right. This will
never happen.
Then when AJ goes to Japan, that was okay. That was when he left TNA, and I'm like, yeah, right, that'll happen. Then he goes to Japan and becomes a success. I'm like, yeah, right. That's definitely not going to happen. He's going to just do Japan, and then maybe the Indies. And
then he's going to retire. And then all of a sudden...
Then some injuries start going on. And then I'm just like, maybe that's not such a bad idea. Let's do this now. And now this is where we are in 2016, AJ Styles versus John Cena.
We have a guy in AJ Styles who's debuted in the Royal Rumble. He wrestled at Wrestle Kingdom, and then he wrestled at WrestleMania. The only guy that will ever do that. He had a major feud with the champion, and now
Final Battle too. He was at Final Battle, Wrestle Kingdom, and WrestleMania. The big three events for the three major companies. I'm not counting TNA. It's a major company anymore.
Well, he hasn't wrestled in TNA since 2013, so.
Yeah, so exactly.
Yeah.
He wrestled for three. Wrestled in three of the biggest shows. Yep. Four of the biggest shows.
And now, here we are, coming fresh off feud Roman Reigns for the title, and now he's in a feud with John Cena, arguably the face of the company. Actually, he is the face of the company. Yeah. You know.
He is the face. He is the face that runs the place.
Yep.
Yeah, this is the world we live in, and it's a good world, man. It is a great world.
Yeah.
That being said, AJ Styles wins. I'm following the traditional thing. AJ wins the first match. It's going to be a great match, of course, because AJ's going to win. But maybe it's a schmoz. Maybe there's a Bullet Club interference.
Well, Bullet Club is banned from ringside.
Oh, is that what happened on Monday Night Raw that I missed?
Yeah, this is what I'm seeing. The club is banned from ringside.
Oh, that changes things. No, it doesn't. AJ Styles still wins.
AJ wins, and then, and then subsequently Cena will win the next two matches, but whatever.
And then every other match into perpetuity.
But I mean that, hasn't hurt.
In this universe or any other universe.
Yeah. But here's the thing. AJ's going to look very strong.
Strong.
Do I see AJ maybe busting out the old spiral tap?
No,
maybe?
I think Cena, here's the thing. Cena being the consummate performer he is, Cena takes the Styles Clash.
Mm.
Even with all the neck problems and all that other stuff, Cena will be just like, no, I'm going to take your finisher.
Well, it's not a move as long as, it's set up right. It's just and it's not on AJ if someone, tucks their head in.
I think Cena will obviously take them as well, but...
He will, yeah. I don't think we have to worry about him busting up his neck in a botched Styles Clash, but I could see him taking it. I could definitely see him taking it, I'll tell you, one thing I want to see is an Orton-AJ Styles match, and Orton comes back. I mean...
I think that's what's next. I think that's what they're gonna. I think that's if Orton was back and wasn't banged up and hurt, or doing whatever he's doing now, that would have been first.
Right, but here we are. We're getting the AJ Cena. Neville too. So it'll be great to see that match. I'm
surprised. I think if Neville was healthy, Neville would have been in that cruiserweight tournament. Mm-hmm. That seems like something that was built for him.
Definitely. So, yeah.
But next year.
Yeah, next year. AJ wins, so...
AJ wins.
I mean, we're just waiting for that AJ Styles phenomenal forearm into an RKO spot, which is going to be followed by a 3 count, but we're going to get that spot at some point.
I don't care. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to look awesome. These fucking RKOs out of nowhere. I mean, it's been... I don't think it will top the Seth one at WrestleMania, but...
No, because that's what Seth Rollins was literally standing on Orton's head.
Yes, and it's just up, down.
Seth Rollins was literally standing on top of a standing Randy Orton's head.
Yes. Anyway, the Money in the Bank ladder match. Sami Zayn, Cesaro, the Gift of Jericho. Drink it in. Dean Ambrose, Kevin Owens.
Can we just talk about how much of a treasure?
Yes.
For those people who have been saying, "Oh, Chris Jericho needs to retire," shut the hell up.
You stupid idiot.
You are exactly. That's what they are. They are stupid idiots.
This guy, Chris Jericho, has found a way to. And this goes to show you how fucking good he is. He's not just good. How great he is. He's beyond good. He's great. He is all-time great.
Like, he is...
I just wish I had some Grey 2 J Goose vodka right now.
I mean, he is... Here's how I say that. He rivals Bret Hart as the best Canadian professional wrestler ever. Whoosh.
Yes.
Whoosh. Let that sink in.
Here's a guy that is north of 45, I think, and he's having some of the best matches of his career. He's still in incredible shape. He just mic-wise, he's always been entertaining, but right now he's rivaling his run in '08 with Shawn Michaels, with how good he was as a heel then. And now it's just like, I still want to see a Jericho Owens tag team with the run with the belts. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, no, that little bit when they were like doing the best friends thing, like
Yes.
that was so fucking. That was just gold, man. Just pure gold. So yeah, the gift of Jericho. I want him to win a Money in the Bank, but no. But who you need finish? You have finished naming the performers.
Yeah,
right?
Owens and Alberto Del Rio. Del Rio's not going to win this, I'll tell you that much.
No, Del Rio's in this match to get girlfriend heat. That's what he's doing. Like,
Yes!
yes, come on. Yes, drink it in. You all know. I know why you hate me. Go on, boo me.
Who gives
Boo
a...
me.
Fuck you. I'm still pulling 23-year-olds and I'm almost 40. Suck it.
Suck it, bitches.
God, it's like...
Man, it's good to be in professional wrestling. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's good to be in professional wrestling.
Yeah. I won't go on that. The fact that we now have Sami Zayn in the Money in the Bank ladder match is incredible to me. We've got Cesaro in here. He's going to have a big showing.
It's a guy that, in spite of, from all that you've read, that Vince McMahon doesn't understand, like, what it is, that he's still listening to the fans because the fans are responding to it, and they are getting behind him, so he's going to keep on getting these spots in these marquee events, like Money in the Bank. Like, even if he doesn't win Money in the Bank, they will still fund, they'll do him and Kevin Owens again at WrestleMania, at SummerSlam.
I could definitely see that. At like a WrestleMania, just straight one-on-one. I mean, with how long... These guys are destined to do this forever.
And it's a match that you could put on and, just...
On any card, on any given night,
and
they're going to have a match.
You're not going to have to worry about it. It'll just be autopilot. Like, two guys that will literally just go on autopilot.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yep. Now, realistically, the only two guys I see actually taking this contract are Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens.
Yes. We did see the quote-unquote leaked promotional photo of Dean Ambrose holding Money in the Bank. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's Photoshop.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I believe it when it actually appears as a banner ad on my screen. But I'm still standing by my pick is Kevin Owens is Money in the Bank winner.
Kevin Owens, yes, because...
If not this year, then next year.
Next year.
At some point,
when that happens, you will hear some dude from New York yell, bro, before his head explodes.
I'm hearing multiple people from New York yelling that. Like, it'll be... My friend Greco will be very happy because he's kind of like working this whole... He kind of looks like Kevin Owens gimmick, which he doesn't really look like Kevin Owens, but he just... has a similar hairstyle and body type.
And now, here's the question. If Owens wins the Money in the Bank, Sunday night, does he cash in that night? Or does he wait till SummerSlam? Or does he...
I think he waits for his opportunity because he's, like you said, an opportunist in the purest sense of the word. So he will wait for his opportunity and cash in when people least expect it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's going to be one I could also see him, like, if he does it, like, that night, like, the next night on Raw, he's got the title and said, yeah, I cashed in that night because I'm not carrying that briefcase around. I mean, come on, I don't want to be around you people.
You're going to make me carry around a briefcase? This is going to attract people in in the airports. I want to get away from you people.
Exactly. I can see him doing that. And so, Kevin Owens, and because this match is so forgettable, I completely forgot it. U.S. title, Titus O'Neil. Rusev wins.
Oh, yeah, no, Rusev is absolutely winning this match. Rusev's about to be dominant Rusev again, which I'm fine. I think just go back to it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And just let Rusev just kill people every week.
Yeah, I think what's going to be different this time is he's more comfortable taking the lead role. Like, the first time around, it was all his heat basically came from girlfriend heat, Lana.
Lana, yes.
And you know, the Russia is better than America stuff, like patriotic stuff. That's always going to get him heat. I think now it's just going to be girlfriend heat, and I'm going to make you people hate me.
Yes. And again, the way he's going in that acolyte now, where he's just completely crank, I love it.
Wrenching back, yeah.
Yes,
like
I love it.
Yeah, that shows like it looks like it actually hurts, or at least looks like it's very uncomfortable.
Yes.
At minimum.
Yeah, I would not, and it's going to be a little easier on Rusev, but whatever. It's one of those things like, yeah, I don't want a big 280-pound Bulgarian brute cranking back on my neck like that.
No, that would not sound like something I would like to do. You have to pay me a lot of money to do that.
Exactly. Exactly. And now...
Rusev wins.
Yes,
obviously.
Rusev wins. And now the main event. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins.
WrestleMania, which I pretty much was going to be the WrestleMania main event. Let's call it what it was.
Yep.
It
was going to be the WrestleMania main event. It was Triple H had to go in there because Rollins unfortunately got hurt, and they're still having to mute crowd when the crowd boos Reigns.
But there are times when it's also 50-50. So that's why I think that there's like, all right, he's connecting.
I get the feeling this is not going to be 50-50. I have that feeling that...
Where are they? They're in Vegas?
Vegas.
Not really like a... I mean, you never know who's going to be there in Vegas. You never know if it's going to be native or you never know if it's going to be tourists.
Mm-hmm.
So
we'll see what happens there. This is one of those things where if now Owen wins Money in the Bank and it ends up not being Ambrose, I could see the possibility of Seth Rollins winning the title. He's going to get a huge pop, and then all of a sudden, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, Owens comes in, he cashes in, and I could see that. You could just have that moment of Rollins finally reclaimed, and then it's just ripped out of his hands.
I mean, that's not a bad idea. If there's gonna be a cash in, if they're gonna pull it out from Roman will win somehow, and then Kevin Owens will cash in. Like, they'll have a match where they'll be, obviously beat up. It'll obviously be a high weakened Roman Reigns, and then Kevin Owens comes in and basically finishes the job off. That's what I think. If we're going to see any kind of cash in, that's going to happen. Or maybe because they gave us that Shield promo, maybe Dean Ambrose wins, and maybe that happens. We saw he hit Roman with the dirty deeds in that promo there. So we'll see, man. We will see. I'm going Roman wins, and then Kevin Owens, like I said, cashes in. That's what I think. Well, that's what I would do. Because then it takes the belt off Roman for a period of time.
Yep.
And
it's going to allow...
It still makes him look real strong because he's just had the match of, a great match with Seth, and he's won. And then this. So, yeah.
So, it's going to be interesting how this plays out. I am hoping that this time next week when we record, we're talking about Kevin Owens as WWE World Heavyweight Champion, but, it just opens up so many possibilities. I mean, again, the only two realistic winners of this Money in the Bank contract are Owens and Ambrose.
What if they think that's what everybody believes is going to happen, and then, bam, Alberto Del Rio.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, no.
So, we think we're going to our Iron Cheek Tweet of the Week.
Fuck him! I talked to him! I wanna know, are you the man or are you a fucking piece of shit? No good motherfucker! Fucking bullshit! Bullshit, Hulk Hogan!
Which I think you know it's going to be because we both
Yeah.
retweeted it. And it's just something I felt like saying too because I honestly believe it. Now we also have an Intelligent Jew update as well. Do you want to do Intelligent Jew update first?
Yep.
All right, Intelligent Jew update. Because it was announced that Curb Your Enthusiasm is going to come back for a 9th season. Larry David, Intelligent Jew.
Yes.
Good to know that.
Yep.
We have that Intelligent Jew update.
But now the actual Iron Cheek Tweet of the Week.
We've had our Intelligent Jew update. Now, this one, me and Nick are very going to be rarely in unanimous agreement of an Iron Sheik Tweet of the Week, but because we feel this needs to be mentioned, Naked Gun better than all Mel Gibson movies. Amen, Shaky Baby. Amen.
Yep.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is your Iron Sheik Tweet of the Week.
Fucking bullshit!
Right. So, enjoy Money in the Bank this weekend wherever you are. I hope you have a good time. Enjoy it safe and responsibly. Don't get too crazy.
Yep.
It is that very special time of year for wrestling fans, or we kind of get that opportunity of this, a preview of who could be our next WWE champion. The one time that we kind of get to know it, or at least an odds-on favorite. So enjoy it. Nick,
Yes.
plug.
All right, YouTube, The Gaming Pegasus 187, Facebook, Nick Horaceck, Twitter, Gaming Pegasus 187, Instagram, Xbox Live, Wii U, Pegasus 187, PSN, The Extreme Enigma. I am getting ready for WWE 2K17. Sasha Banks going to be in the game, thank God. But we got things coming on the horizon. E3's just happened. We've got new games coming out. I am excited.
Lots of VR.
And-
Lots of VR this week at E3. Like, that was the big thing. I was very much surprised.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised because I know that's going to be
The next big technology breakthrough, but
thing. But yeah, that's something that's happening.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, I'm all over the place. I'm working. I'm actually going to start calling Paid Friday. Fuck Money Friday.
Money Friday. That's a good one.
Yes. Thank you, Virgil,
Yeah,
for
adding that to our lexicon.
yes.
That indelible addition to our wrestling lexicon.
Yeah, and then Brian shares that photo of Virgil, and it was like Bret Hart, and I think Ultimate Warrior. I'm like, oh, Virgil, okay, the guy's out to be $20. And it pretty much just gave me an excuse to share a Twitter convo I had with the Oregon State wrestling coach Kevin Roberts, because he had told a story. Him and his brother ran into Virgil going in New Orleans because he was going to WrestleCon. Big bucks at WrestleCon, baby.
Yeah, man, that's what it's all about. All right, hey, the mothership's calling,
All
so hang on.
I am the hype!
Yeah, okay. Listening to my voice, you can listen to me on other podcasts, because I am the human podcast machine. Listen if you can, subscribe if I let you. Nerd Chronicles on Facebook, Three Boys a Goat and a Dancing Bear, coming up to our big final 2-episode wrap-up, so 3 episodes left of the season, Three Boys a Goat, Dancing Bear. Twitch.tv/Brando Calrissian, more stuff coming from that. Just got a whole bunch of new equipment. We're about to do it properly sooner or later. So we're building things. Dumbbell Productions, yada, 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 yada. Go out, support independent wrestling, no matter where you are. If you like this podcast, I guarantee you, wherever you live, within reasonable distance from you, I say, unless you live, in the middle of fucking nowhere, where nothing is in reasonable distance from you, there is an independent wrestling outlet that would love to entertain you for their night, and it is a affordable, family-friendly way to entertain and take out your family and have a good time, and maybe impression the next generation of wrestling fans by seeing the next generation of wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
So support independent wrestling. AceProWrestling.com, that's my home promotion, so check them out. They're doing always good things over there on their YouTube. Shout out to my man Cheyenne on the commentary, and just being an all-around swell guy. Yeah, that's about it. So for Nick Horaceck, for Michael Burhan, for Miguel Leon, for Dave Wade, who is missing doing the show probably, but we're doing the show when he sleeps. So,
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's my damn work schedule for you. Anyway, yeah,
we're signing off. Enjoy Money in the Bank. We'll be back next week to talk about it.
Yep.
So for all them, go forth and spread beauty and light. Peace, love, and hunkiness. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye. This episode of Slamcast is brought to you by Bootios. Yes, Bootios. They make sure you ain't booty.